In a stunning move that has sent shockwaves through global security circles, Iran has withdrawn from a key agreement that would have allowed international inspections of its nuclear facilities. This decision unfolds at a moment when fears about Iran's enriched uranium stockpile are at their highest in years, and when the world is still assessing the fallout of the 12-day war that devastated Iran's nuclear sites last June. Today, we break down what really happened, why Iran is refusing inspections, and how this decision could bring the Middle East closer than ever to another war. On Thursday morning, Iran's foreign minister delivered a message that changed everything. Iran is pulling out of the Cairo agreement, an understanding that was supposed to restart inspections by the International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA. This declaration came just hours after the IAEA demanded updated information about Iran's enriched uranium and the status of several nuclear sites bombed in the June conflict. For the global community, the message was unmistakable. Iran is shutting the door once again. To understand the gravity of this decision, we need to revisit the war that reshaped Iran's nuclear landscape. In June, Israel launched a 12-day military campaign, briefly joined by the United States, targeting Iran's nuclear, military, and intelligence sites. The war was short but destructive. President Trump later claimed that Iran's nuclear program was obliterated, but experts tell a different story. Iran may have lost material, but gained motive. Rafael Grossi, head of the IAEA, has repeatedly warned the international community that Iran is showing signs of renewed nuclear activity. He says Iran isn't actively enriching uranium right now, but activity is happening again at certain nuclear locations. The issue isn't what we can see, it's what remains hidden. Low-level uranium enrichment is legal. High-level enrichment? That's the threshold for nuclear weapons. Iran insists its program is peaceful. But just one day before Israel's airstrikes in June, the IAEA passed a resolution saying Iran was not meeting its nuclear obligations. According to Iranian officials, that vote gave political cover for Israel's attacks. The result? Iran suspended cooperation with the IAEA in July. It refused to allow access to damaged nuclear sites, calling them unsafe. And European sanctions in October hardened Iran's position even further. This created an international stalemate, one that is now collapsing. In September, diplomats believed a breakthrough was finally within reach. In Cairo, Iran and the IAEA negotiated a tentative deal to restore inspections. But European nations reimposing UN sanctions in October derailed everything. So when the IAEA Board of Governors passed yet another resolution demanding access, Iran didn't just say no, it walked away completely. Iran's foreign minister stated, "This understanding is no longer valid and should be considered terminated." The most troubling question now is, what happened to Iran's highly enriched uranium? Iran claims the material was destroyed or buried under the rubble during Israel's bombings. But the IAEA disagrees. Grossi told the Financial Times that he believes the majority of Iran's stockpile survived the war, but without inspections, its status is a mystery. In the world of nuclear security, uncertainty is more dangerous than certainty. Some analysts now say Iran is working on a new enrichment facility known as Pickaxe Mountain. Iran has refused to give inspectors access to the site or to any suspected facility that isn't already publicly declared. If Iran is expanding its capabilities underground, this could represent a significant shift in the region's nuclear balance, a shift that neighboring countries, especially Israel, may not tolerate. Without inspections, transparency collapses. Without transparency, trust collapses. And without trust, conflict becomes increasingly likely. Israel has made it clear that it will not allow Iran to approach nuclear weapons capability. Iran has made it equally clear that it will not negotiate under threat. This dangerous stalemate is pushing the Middle East back toward the brink. Millions fear that the next confrontation will be deadlier and far more unpredictable. The 2015 nuclear agreement is expired. The Cairo Agreement has collapsed. Talks with Washington are frozen. European diplomacy is stalled. And in the center of it all lies a critical, unanswered question. What is Iran doing with its nuclear program right now? Until inspections resume, the world can only guess. Stay tuned as we continue tracking developments in this rapidly evolving situation. Like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dive geopolitical analysis.